Hello, and welcome to the Women's War week by week. This time I'm going to tell you about two Scottish doctors, Isabel Emsley Hutton and Elsie Inglis. You've already heard a bit about the Duchess of Sutherland's hospital unit. Millicent was far from being the only British woman to set up and run her own hospital services and offer this to Britain's allies. She was, however, an amateur, and at the very beginning of the war, the Army Medical Services had made it very plain that they were not interested in well-meaning amateurs. Two women who may not have known each other, but who were far from amateurs, were Scottish-born 27-year-old Isabel Emsley and surgeon Elsie Inglis, who, when war was declared, was just days away from her 50th birthday. It was self-evident to both women that the nation, and particularly the army, needed their services. Isabel was a medical doctor and psychiatrist, and Elsie a surgeon. To their stupefaction, the nation, or at least the nation as represented by the Royal Army Medical Corps at Edinburgh Castle, would not quite see the same way the things the women did. Within days of war being declared, Isabel had hastened to Edinburgh Castle to seek an interview with a senior representative of the Royal Army Medical Corps. As she walked away from her disappointing meeting, the sergeant on duty turned to her and said, "You'd be better at home, knitting socks for the laddies." Little did Isabel know that days before Elsie had been to the castle on a similar mission. To Elsie's fury and amazement, the representative she spoke to was also far from impressed. She immediately returned to her home in Grosvenor Street, Edinburgh. Her niece May, who was awaiting her aunt's return, was surprised by the dejected expression on Elsie's face. What had happened? Elsie soon informed her. He said, "My good lady, go home and sit still." Aunt and niece stared at each other in silence for a while. Then Elsie threw the stub of the cigarette she had been smoking into the fire, squared her shoulders and told her niece that she knew what she would do. "We'll offer help to the Serbs and the French." How the French and the Serbs received Elsie's offer, and how and where Elsie and Isabel Emsley's paths would cross, we'll find out another time as we go on our journey through the Women's War week by week.